Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. This is Iqra Hafeez and you're watching DTV USA. Let's have a look at the news. Saudi Arabia also strongly condemned the desecration of the Holy Quran in Sweden, while Iran and Iraq summoned Swedish diplomats over the issue. The protesters participating in this protest in Lahore raised slogans like "Shame on Sweden." This demonstration in Lahore is one of many demonstrations taking place in major cities of Pakistan. U.S. State Department spokesperson Ned Price has said that the pace, scope and nature of any dialogue between India and Pakistan is a matter for the two countries. During a press conference, the American spokesman was asked that Pakistani Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif has asked for peace talks with India. They say they are ready to discuss all important issues including Kashmir. But India rejected the offer, saying it is not the right time to discuss these issues. What is your opinion on this? Because you always talk about peace and stability in the region.
Sir, Pakistani Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif has called for the peace talks with India. He says that he's ready to talk about all the burning issues, including Kashmir. But India rejected that offer. Said this is not like for the right time to talk about these issues. What are your comments on that? Because you always talk about the peace and stability in the region.
You're right, we've long called for regional stability in South Asia. That's certainly what we want to see. We want to see it advanced. When it comes to our partnerships with India and Pakistan, these are relationships that stand on their own. We do not see these relationships as zero-sum. They stand on their own. We have long called for regional stability in South Asia, but the pace, the scope, the character of any dialogue between India and Pakistan is a matter for those two countries, India and Pakistan. Yes.
EU Foreign Policy Chief Josep Borrell gives news conference after meeting of foreign ministers in Brussels.
And Ukraine stands for peace and taking initiatives in this regard. We have not seen any genuine willingness from Russia regarding a fair and sustainable peace. We have been working also on the options for accountability mechanism. Work is ongoing on the United Nations to this end, for this purpose, including in the context of the next United Nations General Assembly, which we fully support. And central of this work is to preserve the critical role of the International Court in international criminal justice. It's a large support for establishing an international prosecutor office in The Hague.
Jacinda Ardern bid an emotional farewell on her last day as Prime Minister. Speaking of the kindness and empathy Newzealanders have shown her.
And I didn't think that was possible. So my final words are this. Ngā mihi nui kia koutou katoa. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for the greatest privilege of my life.
National Assembly members Chaudhry Shehbaz Babar, Azhar Qayyum Nehra and Sajjad Mehdi met separately with Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif. Discussions on the affairs of the respective constituencies and the overall political situation of the country in the meeting. American wrestler and actor John Cena has followed many Pakistanis on the social networking platform Twitter, which has left Pakistani Twitter users pleasantly surprised. 16-time world champion in wrestling and well-known actor John Cena is very active on Twitter and often stays in touch with his fans through this platform. Dior designer Maria Grazia Chiuri paid homage to Josephine Baker with her spring haute couture show, sending out a dazzling lineup featuring golden jacquards, crushed velvet and beaded fingers that swayed and sparkled down the runway. Ukraine dismissed more than a dozen senior officials, including governors of several major battlefield provinces, in the biggest shakeup of its wartime leadership since Russia's invasion last year.
Is billing as a sign the leader is in tune with his citizens.
Є принципове рішення.
Zelensky here warning of the departures. More are expected in coming days. Meanwhile, the defense ministry denies the allegations of price inflation, but says their man's removal will help retain trust in the agency. And the prosecutor's office says Simonenko left according to his own wishes. President Zelensky says that going forward, no government officials will be allowed to leave the country during wartime except on official business. 5 governors of battlefield provinces were also dismissed. President Zelensky, a former actor and comedian, swept to power as a political outsider, promising to rid Ukraine of long, ongoing problems with corruption. But the war has largely frozen domestic politics, and political rivalries have been pushed to the side to focus on the country's survival.
That's all for now. For more updates, keep watching Desi TV USA or visit our website desitvusa.com.